He checked his bank account. $10.43. That was everything he had left. No backup plan. No rich family. No second chance. Just one question in his mind. How did my life end up like this? What's crazy is, this wasn't the worst part. The worst part came next, because just a few years later, that same person would make more money in a single day than most people earn in a lifetime. So, what changed? Was it luck, timing, or something nobody talks about? Stay with me, because the answer might completely change how you think about money. This isn't a story about luck. And it's definitely not one of those get-rich-quick fantasies you see everywhere online. This is different, because the person you just saw wasn't special. No elite education, no powerful connections, no secret inheritance waiting for him. In fact, if you saw him back then, you probably wouldn't even notice him. Just another tired face in the crowd, working hard but getting nowhere. But here's where it gets interesting. At some point, he discovered something. A simple idea that most people hear, but almost nobody actually understands. And once he saw it, he couldn't unsee it. It changed how he looked at money, how he used his time, and the decisions he made every single day. The crazy part? That same idea is available to everyone, including you. But there's a reason why most people never use it. And that's exactly what we're about to uncover. Every morning felt heavier than the last. The alarm would ring. And for a few seconds, he'd just stare at the ceiling, already tired of a day that hadn't even started yet. He worked long hours, did everything he was supposed to do, but nothing changed. The paycheck came in and disappeared just as fast. Rent, bills, food, repeat. It felt like running on a treadmill that never stopped. And no matter how hard he tried, he wasn't getting anywhere. Then came the breaking point. One night, sitting alone, he opened his bank app. $10.43. That number didn't just scare him, it exposed something deeper. For the first time, he stopped blaming everything else. The economy, his job, his situation. And he asked himself one uncomfortable question. What if I'm the reason I'm stuck? That thought changed everything. He started asking a different question. Why do some people stay stuck while others break free? At first, he thought it was luck, or maybe talent, but the more he observed, the more he realized something deeper was happening. The people who were winning financially weren't just working harder. They were thinking differently. While most people were focused on earning money, they were focused on building systems that could earn for them. They weren't trading time for income forever. They were creating ways for money to grow on its own. That idea felt strange at first. How can money grow without constant effort? But once he understood it, everything changed. He stopped chasing quick cash and started focusing on long-term growth. And that single shift completely rewired the way he saw money. He didn't suddenly become rich overnight. In fact, the beginning was even harder than before. He started cutting expenses, skipping things he used to enjoy, saving small amounts that felt almost meaningless. Then, he took his first step. He invested, and almost immediately, he made mistakes. Bad decisions, losses, doubt. There were moments he wanted to quit. Moments where going back to his old life felt easier. But something was different now. He understood that failure wasn't the end. It was part of the process. So he kept going, learning, adjusting, improving. Months turned into years, and slowly, almost quietly, things started to shift. Small wins appeared. A side income, a smart decision, a better opportunity. Nothing dramatic, but enough to prove one thing. He was finally moving forward. Then one day, everything changed, not because of luck, but because he was finally ready. An opportunity came, the kind most people ignore or don't even see, but he saw it. And more importantly, he acted on it. That one move multiplied everything. His income grew faster than ever before. The small gains turned into massive results. The same person who once worried about $10 was now managing millions, then tens of millions, and eventually a billion. But here's the truth most people miss. It wasn't that one moment that made him rich. It was every small decision before it. Every sacrifice. Every lesson. Every time he refused to quit. That's what led him there. Most people will hear this story and think it's just motivation, something inspiring but not realistic. But that's the trap, because the truth is nothing in this story was impossible. The struggle? Real. The failures? Real. The doubts? Very real. The only difference was the decisions he made when things got hard. He didn't wait for the perfect moment. He didn't rely on luck. He just started and refused to stop. So now the question isn't, can this happen? The real question is, what are you going to do next? Because 5 years from now, you'll either be in the same place or looking back at the moment you finally decided to change everything. Your story hasn't ended yet. In fact, this might be where it begins.